Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good evening. Happy Saturday. Happy Sunday, wherever you are.
Welcome to Near Mint Condition Live Chat.
Yes, this is our live Q&A. We do this every Saturday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. And here we are. I am joined by my wonderful co-host in life.
You gotta introduce yourself.
I am the Uncanny Omar.
Just in case there are new people.
In case there's new
I'm the
people.
Astonishing Melanie, and together we form Omni.
Is that Fusion? Fusion for new Dragon Ball Z.
So, hey guys, thanks for stopping in for some answers to your burning questions and just have some fun chatting. And Justin Wilson, I hope you make it through the chat. If you don't, that's fine. You take a nap.
Is Justin tired?
We'll lull you. Omar's voice will lull you to sleep.
Yeah, I do seem to put a lot of people to sleep.
That's not what I meant.
So I hope everybody's doing well. I got a couple of new updates as far as restocks from Dark Horse and Image. I need to double check something really quick, but I'll do that while Melanie's answering a question. So I hope everybody is is staying healthy, staying safe, and yes, please. You all know I love asking where's everybody from. We are here in the wonderful state of Kentucky where it's snowing. And I'm
okay, Professor Flex.
That guy's awesome.
Been singing Phil Collins and eating Charleston cheese all morning.
Is that from yesterday's?
I was gonna go see if I could find some Charleston cheese.
Hell no, nobody needs Charleston cheese. Oh. The only reason I had that was
so I was gonna get mimosas and I didn't.
So last night we had our Matt My Ex live.
It was fun.
Where myself, Peter M. From Crushing Crisis and Reilly, the Omnibus Collector, we get together once a month to map out our dream X-Men related omnibus. So last night we mapped out Wolverine Omnibus Volume 3, and I talked about that's not the cover.
Hey, what? Oh, this is the. I said, here's the sensitive cover that should be on the Wolverine.
That's when he lost his powers, man.
Oh, dude.
Hey, Tom Rainey drew that, and he drew you a sketch of Wolverine. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And Lake County, Illinois, mapping the whereabouts of ex-girlfriend. No, we don't need it. I don't need to know that. I'm good. We got Facebook for that, right? Stopped snowing last night here in Kansas City. Morning from Charlottesville, Virginia. Love, that right there.
The Charleston Chew. Would you mail it in?
You had to mail in wrappers to get your Charleston Chew, and both Peter and I never got ours. I ended up having to buy mine from like a flea market years later for like a quarter. And I'm like, I ate all that crap for no reason. Ugh. But anyway, if you're a fan of Charleston Chew, no offense.
Don't remember what it tastes like.
Good evening. Snowing in Sweden also. Nice, but it's beautiful. Only a Dustin here in Cleveland. What's up, Ben? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, he said
Andrew.
We'll join in a month. So
hi, how you doing, Andrew?
Hi, Andrew.
Hi from London, Kentucky. Represent. I'm on chapter 12 of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Is that the book? You reading the book? Awesome.
Yeah, I don't unless.
Yeah, because it's Willy Wonka.
Do the movies have chapters?
I know halfway through the movie, it's when Gene Wilder rolls in.
No, I mean he's saying he's.
That's a chapter break.
Charleston Chew is awesome.
Who said that?
None taken. Also love the candy cigarettes.
Candy
cigarettes.
Dude, they can't do that anymore. For the same.
Yeah, they have. My mom had some last year.
No.
Maybe they were really old.
No way. They can't, for the same reason they can't have toy guns that have the color of. That's why Megatron can never be a gun anymore. Megatron has to be a tank because the gun was the P. What's it called? Yeah, because it looked like a real gun.
Blu-rays have chapters. Okay.
Thank you. Blu-rays have chapters. Thank you.
That's a good book.
Melanie, you look lovely this morning. Omar, you're looking ruggedly handsome. Oh, I like that, as always. Always. Thank you.
No, Omar is not down with nougat.
Who's Ted Nougat?
No. Casey, or who said it?
Like, is that like a Fig Newton?
Nougat.
I'm so uncivilized.
Like a Milky Way?
Oh, yeah. No. I'm very particular when it comes to my chocolate. You said it like that, like I am.
Because when I make desserts, it's like I don't like pies, I don't like cinnamon, I don't like.
These people don't need. Y'all don't need to know this. I don't know. Y'all are here for comic book questions. Y'all don't need to know what kind of desserts I don't like, unless you're mailing me candy. Then I'm okay. Yes, it's the Walther P38. That's what. Thank you, Rick Gear. That's what the Megatron turned into, and they can't do that anymore.
KC's currently reading the New 52 Squad.
Oh, nice. Still working on through Absolute Carnage. Awesome, Jaggernaut. Here in Georgia, the kids just run around with real guns. Well, I remember water guns when I was growing up in the 80s here in America. Like, water guns were made to look like real guns. And then one summer, they took away all the water guns, and we had these neon color, like green and yellow water gun colors. It was really weird. Because, you know, when you're a kid, when I was, at least I was like, man, I'm so cool. This looks like a real gun. Wasn't going to hold anybody up. Just pretend to shoot my brothers.
I know what you're saying.
You know? Omar, will there be an Alpha Flight Omnibuy beyond Burns run? Perhaps, I would say they have to reprint the first one to see how well it sells again. And then we can get some Bill Mantlo. We just talked about that on Matt My Ex. Hey, all halfway through Matt My Ex video. Okay, I won't give anything away. Is Nightwing Rebirth any good? Rebirth. So good that I think it's good. I'm not going to spoil this, but Tom King did something to the character that I did not agree with and try to make it happen. That's where the hashtag Forever Dick comes from, because I did not agree with that movement. But I do have a custom bind of Volume 4, so I guess it shows you that I still liked it. What should I read before the Claremont and Lee Omnibus? Woo! Honest answer, Uncanny X-Men, Volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4, Mutant Massacre, Fall of the Mutants, Inferno, Prologue, Inferno. That will get you right to that omnibus. But honestly, just as long as you're going, if this is your first X-Men omnibus, just know the team is about to come apart. Like, the team is falling apart. A lot of the members are thought to be dead. Some of them are gone. Some of them have left. And now it's just a few remaining members that are about to make a decision that is very unhero-like, but still makes sense to move the story forward. And then you get to that first issue is the first appearance of Jubilee. So that's one of my favorite issues, is the women issue, where the girls go out shopping at the mall. And then the next issue is the men issue, drawn by Rob Liefeld, where the men go drinking at a bar. Those issues are freaking awesome. I love those.
I'd rather go drinking at a bar.
Me too.
We're on the same page.
I'm glad.
Thank you for super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thanks, Mr. Tolliver. Any word on an exact date on the Fantastic Four by Hickman Volume 3 and the Loki Omnibus?
FF Volume 3 is August. Loki, I think, is August. By the way, I have one more August announcement as far as an omnibus, and that's going to come out later this afternoon. And we have a Patreon where people get early access to videos, and that some of the Patreons have already seen what that is, but that comes out later this afternoon on the channel. I mean, just one more announcement for August, then we can move into September and see what kind of announcements we have for that month. Oh, thank you, Josh Anderson, Captain America. 250 people and only 65 likes. What are y'all doing? Maybe watching it from their television. Maybe. Or maybe they forgot to hit the like button, and thank you so much for reminding them.
Josh said something earlier. Melanie's blinking us at the answer. No, there's doing something about I that's bothering me. Oh, okay, there we go. Josh started getting the NECA cartoon figures.
Aren't they awesome? The TMNT, they're awesome. Did you see the two exclusives? One is the drill with the villains, and then the sewers with the heroes. And I think they're sold out right now at Big Bad Toy Store, but Entertainment Earth has them. But they're just a reprint of the original figures. So they're not like the Super 7 tall figures.
Okay, Matthew watches on his TV. No, well, on the PlayStation, you can hit up and then go over to the like.
That's a lot of trouble.
Wait, never mind.
Yeah, the Playmate sets.
It's not a lot of trouble. I do it for like tons of videos.
Yeah, those Playmate sets, man, they're cool. But that's a rabbit hole. I say that all the time. And then I got Super 7, Ninja Turtles, and Thundercats. So, OHC Boys, Omni is the announcement. OHC Boys, Omni is the announcement. What?
OHC Boys, Omni is the announcement? There you go. Oh,
no, it's a Marvel announcement. By the way, for those of you that have been watching me for a while, a couple months ago, I took a poll whether you all would be interested in a boys omnibus, like a legit omnibus set. I think they're doing 3, and that's been approved. I can't make a formal announcement. This is informal. This is just me talking until I think they want to say sometime around the 3rd season premiere. So, but at least they're coming. So if you're a little patient, unless you can find those definitive editions for cheap or on cover price, it's up to you. But just stay a little longer.
Thank you, Casey, for the super chat. Does Archangel does Archangel have a graphic novel? I helped you with the last comment, how to read it.
He doesn't.
Archangel have a graphic novel? He
doesn't, sadly. The graphic novel that you want, or the collected edition that you're looking for, though, would be the Fall of the Mutants. That's the biggest change in the character's story arc. Uncanny X-Force has a really, really great story focusing on on Archangel. There was an old trade paperback called X-Men Mutations that showed how he went from Angel to Archangel, but literally the story arc after Mutant Massacre, oh man, it is dark, it's sad, and it is awesome how he becomes one of the Horsemen of Apocalypse. And I think that's worth reading. But in order to enjoy that, Mutant Massacre and Fall of the Mutants must be read. They are available in X-Men Milestones, and there's also 2 thick trades of Fall of the Mutants.
Taylor Talks Comics.
What's up, Taylor?
Omar, did you see cartoonist K?
Kayfabe. That's Ed Pisker. Yeah.
Just dropped a video this morning covering Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown. No, because he got out of the shower 2 minutes before the chat.
Hey! Actually, I need to. We talked last year. I gotta hit him back up because Ed and I are gonna do a show together. I gotta send him an email. Thank you for reminding me, Taylor. And for for the people that didn't join last night,
Ed Pisker and Joe Rudd.
Yes, there was a update on the Wolverine Omnibus Volume 2. You all know I've been asking David about that, if they could add Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown to the story. So from Diamond, the product update down at the bottom, as of December 3rd, now contains Wolverine 11 through 30 and Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown 1 through 4. We did it.
Oh, we can't.
We
high
five each other. Everything else is still the same. However, if you notice all the way down at the bottom, this book will now be 1,248 pages and not 1,024. Will be rated mature and not teen. Sorry about that, teens. That's on me. No change to the price. So that's the best thing to note there, is that there is no change in price, and you're getting about 224 more pages for the book. So hell yeah, we did it.
Okay, now we can high five.
There
you go.
Virtual high five to all of you that wanted it there too. Sometimes these things work out. Other times I'm told no on my X Factor mapping, but that's okay. It's not always a win.
Omar did it. Excuse me.
War of the Realms still not gotten a reschedule. They're looking at that right now. So hopefully we will. What's up, Matthew? How you doing, buddy? Hopefully we will get some kind of. I'll get some kind of answer sometime.
Hello, Glenn 2K12.
What's up, buddy?
And so I had a question
Sook, my boy. Crossover. Yeah, man. I've been. I don't have time to watch YouTube anymore. But I've always liked Ed. I met him at a convention a couple of years ago. Really cool dude. And we both, dream team, we would love to have him on At My Ex, but that man's busy all on his own. He has his own YouTube channel, and he, writes and draws comics, and not just comics, but does graphic novels as well, which is a form of comics. That was kind of an idiotic statement on my part.
Hey, did you guys know that's a form of comics? Adam said, speaking of cartoonists, did you see them cover the Byrne X-Men bootleg trade paperback?
Yeah, I didn't see it. I haven't seen the videos, but I know of it. I used to be in the John Byrne forum, and I don't have time to do that either, because then people would ask me questions. So man, I would love to see that print. I think John Byrne is all against it, though. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want anybody to print it. It's just something he did. So whatever.
Thank you, Tommy, for the super chat.
Hey, Tommy Bo. Thank you for super chat.
When are you putting out the X-Men reading order update? My pocket needs to lose weight for Cyclops Senpai. By the way, I love you all.
And much love to you, man. Every month on our Patreon, I let our Patreons vote. It makes my job easier on what the next reading order should be. Sometimes there's 3 votes, sometimes there's 4, sometimes there's 2. And this is funny because people are asking me, like, when are you doing a Wonder Woman reading order? Man, Wonder Woman has lost twice. Like this last month was Cosmic Saga versus Wonder Woman's lost 3 times. This was Cosmic Saga versus Wonder Woman, and then in November it was Thor versus Wonder Woman, and both times she lost out. And then last year I had something else I can't remember. So I let them vote. So in February I'm gonna put up a poll between Superman reading order against a X-Men updated reading order, including the trades. So it will start in March, and I guarantee that's going to be at least 2 months of work because it's a lot. If I'm covering the trades and I'm covering the different eras, I mean, X-Men's been collected greatly, not just in oversized hardcovers and omnibus formats, but also in trade paperbacks. So I'm looking forward to working on both of those. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun for someone like me. So doesn't feel like work.
Thank you, Tushar. How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Lots of confusion on X of Swords OHC release date.
Yes. So the latest date I have is February 10th. And I even said that on my video when I talked about my top 10 essential buys for the month of January, or the upcoming collected editions in January. I almost guaranteed that book was delayed because they added more stories to it. And usually, so let me show you all. From the printer sends me directly the new printing of books. Not all of them, just some of them. And usually they come sometimes a month ahead of time or sometimes a couple of weeks ahead of time. And like this is the new printing of New Warriors that I'll be doing an overview of sometime this week. So I'll put it on the thumbnail. And I can't wait to talk about this and sell you all on this book. This is one of the best books ever. Now, where was I? The X of Swords, I didn't get an advance proof of it yet, so it probably means that it's going to be delayed, and it might even be a little later than February 10th. So as soon as I get it out, I will definitely do an overview. That, and of course, Uncanny X-Men 4 without a doubt. And speaking of Uncanny X-Men 4, the our sponsor, Cheap Graphic Novels, is going to start doing something. They're testing the waters with Uncanny X-Men Volume 4. They're going to have a pre-order. So on January 22nd at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can they're open for pre-orders just for Uncanny X-Men Volume 4. So, you know, if you're worried about missing out on it when it comes out, the book is not due out until February 16th, but they're opening up the pre-orders on January 22nd. So
we should remember to say that later.
And I'll remember to say that later for the people that are joining later. Thank you. Thank you, baby.
Hi, what's up, Sugar Man? From just, a handful of hours ago.
Buddy,
Thank you.
Do you sleep, brother?
Anybody need a cup of sugar? Hashtag my sugar so sweet. Hashtag low in calories. Hashtag punished by a Rucka Omnibus. Just throwing that in there.
I love that he throws that man has been wanting. I want to put it or a Wolverine by Rucka Omnibus, and he wants a Punisher by Rucka. Both would be great.
Let's see. Yo, Omar, if I want to collect Superman post-crisis Total New 52, how do I do it? And will Cape Crusader volumes and Dark Knight Detective volumes be reprinted?
So I just emailed DC last week, and it's hit and miss. Sometimes they email me back. Sometimes they email me back with answers. Sometimes they email me back with nonsense. And I'm just being honest. Like, with David, I can email him like, hey, what do you think of this? Like literally yesterday we were talking about Wolverine, if they added Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown to the Omnibus Volume 2, and we were both like, I don't remember if I told you or not. And he was like, did I tell you? And I was like, I don't remember if you did. And I was like, man, we are getting old. So luckily Reilly from the Omnibus Collectors group, he told me that Diamond had updated it. So that's how we both found out. Now, as far as Superman, to answer your question, Superman unfortunately doesn't have a lot of collected editions that are still in print. However, they are doing Man of Steel in hardcover standard edition. So if you want to go that route, that is the route that I suggest. They just restocked Volume 1, so that's still available. Volume 2 comes out in a couple of end of the month, and then Volume 3 has been solicited for June. So, I mean, I'm the one that was like, I wanted this to be an omnibus, damn it, but I also realized that, you know, sometimes you can't get what you want.
Can't always get what you want.
That should be a song.
Freddie said, what happened to the old Warriors? Pass it till it gets collected.
It would just be called Warriors, dude. It wouldn't be called Old Warriors.
I don't want to lose this question, so we'll do that, and I'll go down the super chat. I want to pick my first omnibus, and I like Marvel cosmic stuff like Thor and Guardians. What do you think I should buy? One cosmic omnibus, and also one you think is just a good story.
As far as the cosmic omnis, Annihilation, if you can find it. I think it's still in print. Annihilation 100%. That is the beginning of the modern cosmic saga, and it is wonderful. And I'll be doing a reading order in February of the cosmic saga, including the modern cosmic saga. As far as what story do I think? Walter Simonson's story, if you like Thor, get that. That one's still in print and really good. I really like it. And
thanks again, Tommy Bo. Here, take more of my money, Uncanny Senpai. Uncanny Senpai, when you did your room tour, gosh, I can't read. I was looking at your X-Men order. Is X-Force part of the reading order also?
No, but I am going to make a separate video on where to read, like when to read New Mutants. My suggested. This is, of course, all my suggestion. When to read New Mutants, when to read X-Force, when to read X-Factor, Excalibur. Because, you know, X-Men had so many spin-offs. And people have always asked me, like, when to read it. And speaking of when, a lot of you all have suggested I started doing the where to start reading, or where the best places are to start reading a certain character. And that's a segment I'm going to start doing sometime in January.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Dean had a good suggestion on what to call it. He said, don't call it best places to start, best jumping on point. He suggested another name, which was really good. I like that.
We got to find it. We got to find it.
What's up, Kenny? How you doing, buddy? Do you think DC's collected edition department will improve in 2021? Less cancellations of books. I like to be positive and hopeful, and that's the way I've always lived my life. I don't like to think negative, but sometimes it's hard.
Unless it's about nougat.
Yeah,
and then he thinks negative.
No thanks.
Well, baby,
so far
we've had a difference between being realistic and positive.
So far we've had 2 cancellations. We've had the cancellation of the Jose Garcia Lopez Batman hardcover.
Oh, say that again.
Jose Garcia Lopez.
That's so hot.
I'll tell. He's no longer with us. And Absolute Flashpoint is also out of there, out of the catalog. I didn't see it, and people were asking me, and I'm like, I don't know if it's canceled. It's just not in the catalog. All right, Total B Gaming. Let's give him a shout out. He's saying, please shout out me. Here's a shout out to Total B Gaming.
Hey, don't forget, I got a shout out later when Abe comes on. Okay, and Michael. Can we go ahead? Wait, we got.
Not yet.
Let's do Mayo because Michael's here and he sent you a letter.
Michael Emmett?
That's
all right. Michael Emmett. Sure.
Okay. So
we should save this for 12, though. All right.
I know. Michael, I opened the letter while I was waiting in line for Starbucks, so I already read it. I didn't think you mind. He sent a letter to Omar.
Wow. Do I have to read it?
No. Okay. No, wait. I'm thinking the comic, though, I don't think it's going to translate very well in the live chat because we're not going to be able to focus on it. Yes. Please read the letter. I don't know what I was thinking.
Okay.
This, I'll just, flash it. There we go. That is
He made
amazing.
me a comic?
Yes.
Is that
funny.
me?
Yes. And it is funny. And it's talking about who's the jerk that gave me a thumbs down. I haven't even uploaded the video yet. And you got 5 suits on. And then it's the X Omnibus Omni that contains every single title. It's 5,000 pages. And cheap graphic novels had to make a new warehouse. And then we've got the Eye of Sauron destroying the Alf puppet from the.
All right, maybe I can upload those.
To our social media. That's a good idea. Yes.
Okay. So this is from Michael. He wrote it on December 31st, 2020. So it traveled through time and made it here the following year. Hi, Omar. What a crazy year this has been. But even in the craziest times, you can always find some good. I don't know if I would have ever found your YouTube channel if I hadn't been spending so much time indoors. But I did. And I got to interact with a whole community of comic book lovers. Usually, I am the biggest comic book geek in any room, but I have been out-geeked by you and your friends. You're welcome. I drew this little comic strip as a thank you for the knowledge you have brought me through the videos, the smiles, the prize packs. That's right. Michael did win a prize pack. But mostly the community you bring in contact with every week. Oh. And it's helped me stay sane in this insane times. Don't get me wrong, I'm still alone, but less so because of NMC.
Alone.
Oh,
sorry.
Are you correct? Are you serious?
Oh,
you weren't even looking at the letter.
I messed up. It's 500,000 pages, not 5,000.
Oh, okay. All the best to you and your wife and your daughters. And P.S. I love your story of the waitress mocking you for reading. Oh, it was a waiter. Because it doesn't matter. I wasn't gonna hit a lady though, because I was about to whoop that dude's butt for reading an Omni because it's her loss. She doesn't have 1/100th of your creativity and or heart or passion. Oh, you were so sweet, man. You're a double page spread with no gutter loss.
I love that.
Damn, that is a Valentine's Day card right there. You're a double page spread with no gutter loss, boy. You send that to a girl.
I actually didn't say. Yeah, it is.
Sorry,
we'll have
thank
to
you.
post
This is
on
awesome.
social media because I won't do it justice.
Yeah, man, you
trying to read it.
You hand drew that, brother. That's awesome.
That's really cool. So thanks. That made my morning because it made me laugh. So, yeah, Michael. Woo. A Michael Edmond comic Kickstarter. Yeah.
There we go. And you come on my show and I'll interview you. Can we go to Carly? She's asked this a couple times.
Listen up my nails. Okay.
Hey, Omar, what Namor comics, do you recommend? I really like John Byrne's run, and it's collecting in an omnibus format. And it also has artwork by Jay Lee. It's freaking awesome. It starts off sort of normal and then something happens where he goes crazier than usual and he loses his memories. He has a beard and long hair, almost like Aquaman. But I really enjoyed that run. And then the Depths, I think that's the one by with Ezra Ribic. That story arc is a 4-issue storyline. Those are my favorite. I mean, you can go with the classic stuff, the Golden Age, if you like Golden Age, the pre-war and the post-war years. Those are available in omnibus format. But John Byrne's Namor was just awesome to me. I was a big fan of that run. What's up, John Carlos? Thank you for the super chat. Hey, guys, you think they'll reprint Spider-Man No More Epic Collection, or should I just get the omnibus that's coming out? I will say this about the Epic Collections, and this isn't to drive FOMO, but just for those people that are just now getting into Epics, every single one of the Spider-Man Epic Collections, with the exception of the Cosmic Adventure, is out of print at Diamond. Including the Goblin Lives storyline, or the new one that was just reprinted, Volume 7. This is crazy. Every single one of the Spider-Man and Epic Collections is out of print at Diamond. Now, when I say I don't want to drive FOMO, that also means that I don't know if in-stock trades or cheap graphic novels bought 800 copies of each one and they're sitting at their warehouses.
At their houses.
Yeah. At the warehouses, or Amazon bought up a bunch and they have them. So, and I also don't know the stock of what's it called? Hachette. I don't know the stock of Hachette because that I don't have access to. Hold on a second. Omar, I'd like to join your Patreon to give you something back. Thank you, man, for all the awesome Omni collections you helped me buy. Have you updated Patreon? That's what we're doing this weekend. And I'll make a video about the changes to the channel sometime this weekend as well. That'll probably be up on Monday. But thank you so much for asking. Yeah, we do have a Patreon. It's about to change, not the prices or just the different tiers. We're adding one more tier in.
Yeah.
The intimate tier. Is it the intimate tier? Is that what you call it? It's ridiculous. I don't
engagement.
Know engagement is what it was. Engagement. Oh, wait, before we. Thank you so much. This, how did I forget this? Because this freaking, if you've not read this, this is awesome. Thank you, Green Lantern. Invaders by Chip Zdarsky. Dude, that story is so freaking good. So freaking good. It's 12 issues, and then it has the Namor one-shot. And not to spoil anything, but it's trying to explain why Namor is the way that he is. It's one of the best Invader stories I've read. It's one of the best comics I've read this year so far in 2021. And it came out.
It's been 15 days.
It's been 15 days. hey, I read PTSD. I read PTSD like 5 days into. Then I was like, this is going to be one of my favorite comics I've read this year.
I'm glad you're enjoying them. Right?
Came out in 2019. You should read it seriously. It is freaking awesome. Like you, thank you so much, Green Lantern. That's for Carly's answer as far as like what's one of the best Namor stories. Hey Omar, I'm the one who stole your Booster Gold graphic novels. Thank you, Mike, for the super chat. Here's $5 to make up for it. Just joking. Happy Saturday, dude. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you all so much. So,
man, your icon makes me want to have a Guinness. Like, do you work for them? Are you advertising? Because it works.
I didn't even know you like dark beer like that.
Well, right. Like, I'm hungry.
That's a lunch right there.
Yeah, right. I'm hungry. So it sounds good.
So so the super chats and the Patreon, all that does, like, I lost 2 of the Booster Gold books, and I even have the called the custom Omnis, and I still had to buy them because I'm like,
did I know that?
Well, I don't think you did. I don't know, and I had to buy them again. One of them was $40, and I'm like, well, it's a good thing we have Patreon. God, it hurts to buy because I already had it. I don't know where it is. I just couldn't find it, but I need it for my video. So, thank you for the super chat, brother. I think there was another one, baby.
Yeah, Meow Nyan. Good morning.
What's up, Meow Nyan? I love that name.
Ooh, okay. Video game question.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
King of Fighters 15 trailer and Last Blades, Hibiki, and Samurai Showdown. Any thoughts, or do you want to save that for when Rob comes on?
Man, what are my thoughts? First of all, King of Fighters has been a part of my life since 1995. I think that's when I found the first arcade with King of Fighters. It was King of Fighters 95. There was a King of Fighters 94. But I mean, I grew up a Neo Geo boy. So all these like Samurai Showdown games. I remember being confused when one of the arcades in town imported the Samurai Spirits arcade game. And I was like, what? Samurai Spirits? What is this, a knockoff? I didn't know that was the Japanese name for Samurai Showdown. I was such a fool. I just watched a documentary yesterday about one of the last arcades in New York City. And I don't know. I got really nostalgic about arcades, the sound of arcades, the stench of arcades,
the darkness.
Hide
yourself enveloped in darkness and noise
putting your quarter down to challenge the next guy. Like I'm challenged. That's what it meant. Like I'm putting my quarter down on the arcade, on the screen to let you know I'm challenging you and I'm next. Like I miss that. It's like a comic book store to a lot of us. And it's sad that it's not a part of our pop culture anymore. Like I have to literally drive like 3 hours. There's a freaking awesome one in Chicago. I did a video tour of it a couple of years ago on the channel. I cannot remember what the name of it is right now, but just the sounds, hearing it. I watched that video after watching the documentary because I just want to be feel nostalgic about the arcade years.
Man, in Japan we went, I didn't like the pachinko parlors. That was too noisy to me. I was like, oh, that's a little overwhelming. But Marvel Bab asks if we've considered reading a whole omnibus and didn't do a breakdown of it. I've done one. Right? Spider-Man versus Venom.
Oh yeah.
That took me a long time. But I love Spider-Man and Venom so much. Was that the only one I've done? It was a few months ago.
I think so, baby.
So
I think
future.
Usually, when I do read Omnis, like I read FF by Hickman 1 and 2 for old reader, new reader. So
yeah, that's usually where
the stench of the arcade is weed. I I just wanted to keep it at stench, because kids watching and stuff. But I'm sure they probably know what that is. Omar, it's called the internet. Kid nowadays, arcade. Man, it ain't the same, dude. I can't talk trash to somebody across because they can put me on mute. You can't put me on mute in an arcade. If I'm going to talk trash, you're going to be sitting there listening to me, and that's how you throw them off, right? That's how you throw them off when you're doing your Hadokens and stuff, and they're like, man, this dude is talking nothing but trash. Now, I did get my butt whooped a lot of times, but that's okay. Man, now, King of Fighters 96, I own that. I was the king of Fighter 96.
You are the king of fighters. Alicia right now is playing Minecraft with her friend who's playing Minecraft on her Switch. Through Google Chat, so that's how they're doing their arcade.
Christian Castillo, hi guys,
Hello.
Greetings from Chile. Yo soy peruano, mi hermano.
What's the arcade documentary called?
Oh man, I can't remember. It's the last arcade or something like that.
That's not.
Here, let me.
Okay. And James, I do have the Alf comic on my desk, so
Marvel Bab needs to watch.
I'm going to do it.
Old Reader, New Reader, yeah. And I'm taking a break from Old Reader, New Reader for a while.
What's the? Wait, did you answer what's the documentary called?
I think it's called The Last Arcade.
Okay.
There was another really good question, and I cannot... sorry, guys. If you have a question, please don't spam, but just ask.
I think everybody has a question.
Oh, here's a good one. And, of course, my man, Sir Leonard Nimoy's music career. Should I read the Proteus epic before Fate of the Phoenix? Yes. So the Proteus saga happens before the Dark Phoenix saga. So without any spoilers of a story that's 40 years old, actually 40 years old for Proteus. Yes, read Proteus first because it sets up the events of what happens in the Dark Phoenix saga.
Okay, here's Al. Ale.
Ale?
What is it, Al? I'm sorry, Ale.
This is Alex.
So thank you so much. And you didn't have to super chat. I meant to email you that you did have to super chat. Alex,
is he the one for the four?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's give him a shout out.
Hondo, thanks, Melanie, for checking Ray's channel. Appreciate both of you. And someday feel more. They might be Giants concert and burritos. Okay. How I want to plug this channel because I think you guys will really like it. Ray's channel called SF Comic Book CO Company. Can we show it really quick? Mr. Omar.
Can we what?
Can we screen share or whatever? The channel?
I wasn't ready for that. No, well, maybe.
So this channel is
what's the name of the channel? SF,
so San Francisco Comic Book CO Company.
Okay.
It's named after, and I'm sure Alex
this one here
could be more specific. It's named after the first comic book store in America, and he would go to it. Yeah, here we go. Are you sharing it?
Yep.
So as you can see, they do a lot of stuff besides comic, music, and figures, and television, and movies, and they get together and have panel discussions. And so if you like this, definitely check them out because they have a great chemistry too. So.
Yep. So thank you so much for the super chat, and that is his channel.
Oh, and we missed Rick Gear's super chat.
Omar, love your show. Can you go back to it, baby?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Much love back to you.
Nobody's saying they didn't see anything, so I guess we did share it.
Oh, much love from Davon from Vegas, brother. I wish I was in Vegas.
Oh my goodness, where?
I wish I was in Vegas now.
Yeah.
Did we miss a super chat, baby?
Yeah, Ryan Gear said.
Was it from Glenn?
Well, shoot, now I can't.
Here, let me see if we can find it through YouTube because sometimes, and at this moment, so there's no dead air. I just want to remind everybody to hit that like button.
Yeah, cute.
That's from Ale, and let's see,
Meow
Meow. Mike Irish,
John,
and I do have a question for everybody.
Oh, there we go, Rick Gear. Yeah,
okay.
I didn't see that at all.
So Rick Gear is asking, I'd rather have Omnis after Superman exiled to death and return. So Rick Gear, that would be the Panic in the Sky omnibus is how I've mapped it out in my head. Oh, look, he said it right here.
Yeah, I thought about just asking, say it again, but
no, I don't want to do that,
man. So thank you, Rick.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm with you too. And part of me thinks maybe they thought ahead. Maybe they thought, okay, let's give them a new printing of Death and Return. Let's give them Exile, and we're missing that chunk in the middle, and there's enough for an omnibus there. Mr. Awesome from Pittsburgh, what is up?
Okay. Omar and Melanie, do you have any favorite comics related podcasts? Actually, why not pick this question? Because I don't.
Near mint condition.
I just about heroes from
we're not even
10, 15 years ago. I haven't because I know I picked it because that's a good suggestion. I haven't listened to podcasts in a long time. I've been stuck on listening just to YouTube videos, like educational about different topics and stuff. So,
I'll tell you what, we have several people that that are in the chat right now. I think Taylor is in the chat. Taylor Talks Comics right here. You could go check out he's got a podcast. He has a YouTube channel. Mad Dog. He's from the UK. He's a great guy. Always reaches out to me. Really nice. Really informative. He has his own channel, Mad Dog Comics, and it's 2Gs, and that's on YouTube. Omni Bros Live. I do that show on Mondays with them from time to time, and but because I don't I'm focusing on creating my own content. I don't watch anything anymore or listen, and it's been like that for well over a year and a half. One of it, of course, has to do with not
because you want a break, right?
Well, not just that, but also I don't want to compare myself to anybody. I want to be authentic and unique in the things that I do, or the voice that I bring to these overviews. I don't want to see what anybody else is doing because I don't want to compete. I don't want to sound the same. I don't want to steal or borrow ideas, even subconsciously, and that's why I don't anymore. Because there are other channels that do overviews of books, and I think that's great. There are other channels that talk about their top 10 favorite graphic novels, favorite Dark Horse books. That's awesome. We all have the same similar ideas.
You say you don't want to be subconsciously influenced?
Exactly. So I want to start I get ideas from you all, and then I get ideas from myself, and that's how I keep, and then of course I have your and everybody has their own voice too. Everybody has their own opinion about things. So
Alex is saying, just heads up, SF Comic Book Company channel can sometimes not be safe for work, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Thank you, brother.
So
that's the Omar Ask Anything After Hours special.
And do you guys happen to have any criteria on how you rate comics? Like what makes the story, panels, lines good, and what makes them bad? I got two answers.
I've got.
I go first.
Ladies first.
Thank you. I said I had two answers.
Can I go in between your answers?
No. So first of all, I wanted to start something, and Omar said no.
You're gonna throw me under the bus twice today.
After doing the Starman review for my husband in December for his Christmas present, I didn't give it a rating because I was like, I just read it for you. And then I'm like, when people create something and you could tell there's heart in it, I feel uncomfortable giving it a numerical number, like rating its value, its worth. He said people want that, and I was like, okay. So what you just said is what I base it on, and I overthink it because I'm like, how do you, out of 10, how do you subjectively for my own opinion, and then objectively so it translates to other people on their idea of a scale of 1 to 10. Whew, it's a lot of work, at least to me. My second.
Oh gosh, you're still on your first one? Okay.
The second answer is I'm helping out my daughter Lydia, who's 11, because she's reading The Unstoppable Wasp to review. So I made like a template, like a teacher, like a worksheet of the different criteria, breaking it down to analyze the story and just to make notes so she can remember. I know God knows I can't remember stuff when I'm making a video. And it made me happy because I felt like an English teacher again. Then You're not going to give your answer.
I copy and paste what Newsarama says.
Go hush.
Newsarama, God, I haven't been there in like 10 years. I follow the guidelines of Understanding Comics by Scott McCloud. Like that to me is the guideline of what. Well, I mean, if I can follow
I taught that when I was a student teacher,
and as well as you should.
Nobody got it.
If you can follow the story, if it flows well, and you can do it through sequential storytelling, and a lot of people think that that's easier said than done. But I mean, that's why we have cover artists. A lot of these cover artists can't tell a sequential story because you can, by panel breakdowns, it doesn't flow well. They just make everybody look pretty. Make everybody look super muscular or super sexy and skinny. So, and then of course what it means to me, if it hits me in a different way, if the story hits me in a different way, that's how I grade them. By the way, a big shout out to, you had a different name before. It was a lot easier to pronounce. Is that your real name, man?
Yeah.
And my wife's watched your channel, even though it's in Hungarian.
He does. Yep.
Oh, you know.
Because it's space stuff. And I love space stuff.
Should we just ask a yes and no question so you can get to more questions? I wasn't expecting my wife to.
Hey, oh, come on. You talk a whole lot. I don't have the knowledge you have. I'll answer something I know.
Okay, baby. I'm just kidding. Can you do another recommended standalone story, please? Absolutely. Yes. I 100% can. I'm going to visit those again. Part of the reason why I'm taking a break from old reader, new readers to focus more on things. And for the
I think the person meant now.
Oh, now?
Right?
They didn't say now. That's a video. I gotta
can
get
you do another recommended standalone story? Oh, video. I'm so sorry. I need to quit correcting.
Yeah, you just need to quit sniffing that.
I paid my nails.
Thank you so much, Doc Holliday, for the super chat. Who's the best all-around detective in the land of the living and supernatural in DC? Please, oh God!
Oh my goodness! You got earned that $20.
All right, first of all, let's see who he's got here. Okay, so please rank the following between 1 and 10, 10 being the best, I assume. So let's stick with that. Detective Chimp, Dr. Occult, Question, Batman Con. Thank you so much for throwing Mr. Terrific, Elongated Man. What about Manhunter? I would throw her in there, but you know what? This is your list. Detective Chimp. Man, Detective Chimp is freaking awesome. All right, I'm going to go with 8 with Detective Chimp. The Question gets a 7.5. Dr. Occult gets a 9. Batman's made some mistakes. I'm going to give Batman a 6. Elongated Man a 5. Mr. Terrific and Mr. Terrific and Mr. Terrific and bring it though. Oh, dude. I'm going to give Mr. Terrific an 8.5. Constantine, 10 out of 10. Constantine's my favorite.
Elongated Man.
I did. Elongated Man got an 8. So those are my
from Starman.
How would you rate these, baby?
Oh, heckfire!
I
just gave
fire.
a 5-minute spiel about ratings. Batman hater in the house. That's so great.
All right, thank you so much for the super chat. I hope that was a good enough answer. Those are just some of my favorites. I'm glad that you included Mr. Terrific, Elongated Man in there.
Brandon, we have heard of the Power Rangers Kickstarter, and it's very expensive.
I knew I was going to make somebody mad with my 6 on Batman. Why do you hate on Batman? I don't hate him. He's just made mistakes. He's not the greatest detective, guys. I don't care if he has a comic called Detective Comics, but that's just my opinion.
I really don't read that many stories where he's a detectiving.
I mean, when he finds somebody dead, he's like, I don't need DNA. Like, he licks the blood. He's like, that's Robin's dad.
I mean, just out of all the stories that I've read.
Thank you for the super chat, Rick Gear. How do you map No Man's Land? Too big for one Omni, absolutely, but not big enough for 2. It's big enough. It is big enough for 2. It's big enough for 2 if they add some of the things that were missing from the original Omnibus, and one of them would be the Harley Quinn one shot, or not Omnibus. I'm sorry, the original. What was it? 5 trades, and then they did 4 thick trades. So I would put in like the one shot of Harley Quinn in there. Surprise Volume 1 hasn't been announced by DC. I'm both surprised and not surprised, honestly. And I'll tell you what, because when these people lost their jobs, people are mad that I gave them a 6. I'm so sorry. Tim Drake's a better detective, guys. There, I said. I'm going to give a bunch of hate for that one. Tim Drake's a better detective than Batman.
That's what Adam said.
Adam
said that Batman even admits Tim is a better detective than he is.
Can you highlight that, please?
Wait, did you finish?
Not yet.
Okay.
But it hasn't been announced. It both surprises me and doesn't surprise me. Look at that. Adam and I agree. Two guys on the internet. Never met. Agree that Tim Drake's a better detective. So it's just it surprises me and doesn't surprise me because when they started letting people go at DC, they started letting them go in the middle of projects. So if the team that was working on No Man's Land got let go, then that project is on hold until whenever. I think the same thing happened to Snyder Batman 2, Green Arrow by Grell 2. So that's my answer. Do I need to take back the 6 for Batman? Was that too low? I didn't even rank Manhunter.
Ratings. I hate numbers.
What do you think of the news that Jason Fabok is frustrated with DC and how it's ran and is stepping away from them? I saw that,
Thank
man.
you, John.
And thank you for the super chat, brother. I saw that he's stepping away because there's just no communication. And for anybody that has ever tried to get a hold of somebody at DC, especially lately, it's insane. Like, it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. And that's why when people ask me, do you have any hope? Do you have it? It's getting to the point where, I mean, we had 19 collected editions last month. This month and for April solicitations, we have 20. You know, that's just a mere fraction of what we used to have. And it all doesn't have to be great. I mean, I could throw in some young adult books in there. Those, I'm not saying those are bad, but there's not a single young adult book in this solicitation. So I don't know. I really don't know. It all really depends on what September and October hold as far as collected editions, whether they're getting out of the hole or not. Because in 2020, we had the best sales of graphic novels in the direct market. The direct market. The book market also had great sales. It's time to, like, you know, Marvel knows. That's why Marvel's like, we'll do 8 to 10 omnis a month. Not everybody buys everything. So it's really strange that DC, who's in the rut, isn't taking advantage of numbers like that. Hey, let's make our own stuff. Let's go ahead and make, you know, some of these omnis. I love DC Comics. I'm not hating on them. And I know sometimes it looks like I may sound like I'm hating on them. I really don't. I love them. I wish some of my favorite stories are from DC. I just wish they would take advantage of a good thing while people are still at home buying books, because we don't know if this is going to keep up forever. And Batman got a 6, yes. I'm so sorry about that. You know what? I'm not sorry. It's my opinion.
Mega
you want a cookie cutter answer from somebody else? Those are other channels for you. I'm
being
being
it's a 6. That's it. I'll pay.
Petros need to vote on making the next reading order being Alf reading order. I love that somebody changed their icon. You've taken it too far.
And James was saying earlier, I shouldn't paint my nails because then I can't play with the puppet. I forgot. I should have done that beforehand.
Breakfast of Champions.
Breakfast of Champions.
Thank you for the super chat.
If you all taught a college course on comics, what would be required reading on the syllabus? Any guilty pleasure that you would make the students read? Whew, I need time.
A syllabus, mouse. 100% necessary, mouse.
Every single genre, right?
You would have to pick
people
that's a good idea.
and you know, to see what they like and not like, and just to compare, do an essay comparing and contrasting.
But
let's see, and definitely have a whole different genres and a lot of options of non-superhero comics.
But what's okay? Honestly, same answer. Different genres, not just superhero comics, but independent books, manga. I would throw some manga in there. But what's a guilty pleasure you would have in?
You would have European books.
I'm trying to think of a guilty pleasure, like Avengers: The Crossing. 100% Avengers: The Crossing. So kids are going to be like, what the hell is this about? Why is Tony Stark a bad person? Why is... Oh, man. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. And hell yeah, you're going to have to read them if you want to pass my class.
I got to think of my guilty pleasure. See, I feel like none of them are guilty pleasures.
I was going to say, like, he's suggesting make everyone read Doug comics, but Doug comics are genuinely good. There's no guilt in me actually taking pleasure from them. Sounds so weird. But got to near mint conditions. My man.
Doc Holliday said that.
Omar, are you saying Detective Chimp? Are we going back to this? Y'all are going to let me live. Yes, I'm saying that.
What about Contract with God?
Anything by Bendis. That's the Will Eisner. That's known as the first graphic novel. I need to buy that again. I used to have that when I was
definitely.
younger.
We have another super chat.
Okay, baby. There was a question here, and I'll get to it here in a second. Thanks for your past videos. Thank you, Jack Ferry. Of your favorite comic writers, I just pulled the trigger on a purchase of both volumes of Yost and Kyle's X-Force. Enjoy. They're awesome. Remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint. That's Amanda. And speaking of, wait a second. Batman 6? Okay, I'm unsubscribing. Guys, it's just my opinion. I still think Batman's a badass.
I think they're giving you a hard time.
Okay. It does not invalid your opinion of how cool you think Batman is, of how great of a detective he is.
Batman is awesome. Okay, I would include this. Not a guilty pleasure, but my favorite thing is monsters. I should do a video on this. This is a piece of art. Oh my goodness! If you guys have not
What's the sequel to that too?
Read this, it's all notebook paper style.
Great.
And the author draws herself as being slightly like a monster. I mean, just look at this. It's dance. There. She is. Oh, yes. My favorite thing is monsters. Read it.
There was another question in here that I wanted to see.
Did you get the
elongated man? Look, everybody's getting into fights as to who the greatest detective is. That was worth your $20. Like, we're still like, thank you for the super chat.
Did we get the super chat? Is that the one you?
That's the Batman. He's like, he's out. He's
okay.
That's my boy, Ludwig. Yes, if you've not read Monsters, is wonderful. You should do an overview of it or a review of it because it is a really good book.
Yeah, great Garlu. You should. Okay, I will. Well, that means I got to reread it. That's gonna take a while.
It's sad too.
It's very moving.
With the Fantastic Four coming out and hints of a Books of Doom adaptation, when will we get a hardcover reprint? I want an OHC of that book. I don't want it because the hardcover is just a standard edition hardcover. By the way, the book that he's talking about is a long out of print Ed Brubaker book, Books of Doom, and man, I would love to, you know what? Honestly, now that we have a Loki omnibus coming out, collecting the early stories of Loki, I think they're going to see how well that sells, and maybe we can get things like Doom. So, Josh, I've asked, can you highlight Josh's, please? So, Josh is asking, what's going on with IDW? I need Transformers Volume 6. Thank you for the super chat. I've asked, and my contact over there, Keith, he's not ghosting me. I think it's literally Keith running the entire department by himself. That's what I've gathered from the emails, the automatic emails I get, and the last conversation I had with him. I think they're just behind. And now pre-pandemic, he told me that Transformers and TMNT IDW were forever evergreen. They sell too well not to be. Those are the two titles that he told me from IDW that will forever be reprinted, no matter how many versions they're going to have, as long as they hold a license. And with the upcoming Transformers Phase 2 Volumes 12 and Phase 3 Volume 1, which I can't wait for, those will be reprinted. So just hang in there.
Brian said Batman is a 6 because he took too long to figure out which Martha to save.
Why did you say that?
Yeah, somebody said that earlier. So whenever you're talking serious stuff and I'm laughing over here at the side, it's because I'm reading the chat. Thank you, Sugar Man.
My man, sweet and low.
Favorite X-Men uniforms. I tell you what, not new X-Men. Oh, I hate those. Hate new X-Men.
You didn't like the leather jackets, huh?
They're just ugly yellow things, and they all look the same, and I don't like. I think with Emma Frost, I like the low pants and the bra.
Mm-mm.
And
Emma Frost, John Byrne, Emma Frost, the S&M outfit. That's with a cape. That's all I need.
And I like Storm's. Well, Mohawk's not a costume, but
you like her leather?
Yeah, I like the thing that comes in the middle of her tummy.
A belt?
You know what I'm talking about? It's got a ring and it goes like that.
Oh, that's the classic.
Yeah, I like it.
John Byrne era too. Jim Lee. the Jim Lee outfits, the redesigns. Like, the only thing I wish he didn't... You know what? Even showing Cyclops' hair, I thought that was so cool. I'm like, oh, he doesn't have a skull cap anymore.
Yeah,
he's so cool. He's showing his hair now. It's a foolish kid. What the hell do I know about designing costumes? But yeah, the redesign of everybody from Jim Lee's... I mean, that's what they took for the animated series. With the exception of Jean Grey, because her hair was too pretty and would flow, and it would be too much animated cells. Instead, they gave her a ponytail. Makes it easier to animate.
Reese asks,
oh, Reese, welcome to the club. You sure you want to do that, Reese? He's asking, want to buy my first Omni, but not sure. My favorite is X-Men, but not keen on old stuff. If you're not keen on old stuff, Astonishing. Astonishing X-Men or New X-Men. I think New X-Men is out of print right now, though. Uncanny X-Force is another good one, but Astonishing for me. If I had to suggest like a modern-day classic, that's Astonishing. Lionheart, thank you for super chat, brother. Oh, you look. Are you summoning me? Omar, Sub-Zero and Scorpion versus Ryu and Ken. Dude, Ryu and Ken, are you? Come on, man, get over here versus Shoryuken and Tatsumako Senpukyaku. Dude, come on, all day, every day.
They have more heart. They got more passion.
They got more heart. They have more character than these ninja dudes. Get down from. Come here. That was the other one.
Get over here, man. I love Mortal Kombat the movie. Oh, it's so much fun.
So, you know, they're remaking it. Like, there's a new movie coming out. It won't be the same, but I hope they keep the same.
The music,
because they play that song at clubs.
The music and the choreo. Yeah, the fight choreography. Whew, it's a lot of fun.
Japan. There you go.
No JT. Plot to have to pay attention to. Courtney, Astonishing was the first X-Men I read. Love it. Yes.
Oh, it's great.
High five.
Virtual high five. Virtual high five. Yes, it's a classic. I love it. Now, it helps that Joss Whedon actually, took a lot of inspiration from Chris Claremont's run to write Buffy, the character of Buffy. So there's a lot of Kitty Pryde in Buffy. Don't take that out of context.
And Ringmaster enjoyed it too.
Hey guys, just finished my copy of Astonishing X-Men that I want. He won from our channel. I highly recommend it. Thanks again, guys. Thank you.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You're welcome.
Gave that away a couple of months ago. Yeah, when we hit 40,000 subscribers, I'll be doing another giveaway. I did a small little giveaway when I was announcing the upcoming Marvel books, just out of the blue. I had an extra copy of Infinity Crusade and sent that off a couple of days ago. So,
what are we at now?
What are you
I was looking at what our subscriber numbers are. Reese says thank you.
37,000?
Yeah, I wanted to be specific.
Okay, 37,000 is pretty specific.
No, it's not. Comic trading cards. Oh, we got some from back in the day.
I've been collecting them. I didn't know they brought them back. I haven't. No. Trading cards, no. Garbage Pail Kids. That's my retirement. That's a joke, by the way. That's from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. By the way, somebody that was asking about have I watched WandaVision? I have, and Amanda and I, we gotten enough. How do I put it?
What desire?
We had enough. Yes, there's a lot of people that want us to do a Wednesday show, and so we're gonna bring it back this Wednesday. So this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Amanda and I will be talking about WandaVision and other comic related movies and TV shows. So if you want to join us for that, that's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. So we're going to bring that back because there was enough demand and I felt like I needed to take a break, but watching movies and talking about them is a lot different than reading comics. So
yeah.
Omar, it's noon. What's the announcements? Good question. There's my garbage pail.
Here's the Garbage Pail Kids. This is our retirement right now. And right here, you know what? It's a thicker comic.
Look at all these people that have been waiting since 11 for my announcements. Okay.
It's a thicker comic album than Charlie's and Always Sunny. Retirement. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. So first of all, let me check something real quick.
Oh, sweetie, you got Sailor Moon on here. Oh,
don't judge me.
Fall Fantasy, Dragon Ball Z.
So from Dark Horse, we're getting Berserk in February. So Berserk in February is being reprinted. The ones that are out of print are going to be reprinted in February. That's from Dark Horse. Nothing yet on Harrow County, but I'm pretty sure she told me that was that they're focusing on the omnibus of that. Let's see. The second announcement is about the people that have been asking me about East of West. So East of West is going to be reprinted for the final time, the deluxe editions. And I say final in quotations because that's what Hickman said. He said, this is it. One more printing and no more, ever again. But much like the Rolling Stones, never again is never really never again until you need more money. So take that with a grain of salt. All three will be reprinted on March 24th if you're still looking for them. The third announcement is the reprints of Criminal are coming out in February of volumes 1 and 2 from Image, not Icon. So Image is now reprinting those. I do have an announcement from Marvel that will be on this channel later on today in the afternoon sometime. And or unless you're a Patreon, they get early access to those videos. But it's just announcing a new omnibus from Marvel. And it's the final omnibus for the month of August. So maybe starting next week or the week after, we can start announcing some new omnis for the month of September. And we do have a super chat. Oh, and then Melanie and I are going to be reviewing Kyle Higgins' book. We have an advance copy from Image, the first 2 issues of his new book. Omar, the solicits for Birds of Smart Luck, fellow Kentuckian. What's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. Omar, the solicits to Birds of Prey Hero Hunters is wrong. That's right. It is 68 through 80, not 96 through 103. And Barnes & Noble still has murder mystery copies for anybody that is still missing those. Okay, so we're still missing that chunk. So, okay, so then the third trade paperback that they just announced that I put on our Twitter. I sound like an old man.
You tweeted.
I tweeted.
That's the verb.
I tweeted. That's the one that's going to fill in the gap then.
And throw it on the internet. Is that what he said?
I think so.
Okay.
Send it to the internet. That's what Johnny says.
Yeah, send it to the internet.
Put hash browns on that and send it to the internet. God, I love that show. Great to hear you announcing Doctor Strange. Well, don't tune in later this afternoon. Duck season or Wabbit season. Always Wabbit season.
JT's got all the Twitters.
I got all the Twitters. Omar, Batman literally has the title of the world. Dude, I can give myself the title of Uncanny Omar. It doesn't mean that I'm really uncanny. Anybody can give themselves a title.
What's the announcement on MySpace's News Movie Channels?
Actually, I have to print out when things open back up, like because I'm going to be doing this full time, which is what I'm going to be talking about.
You are doing it full time.
I am doing it full time. I'm doing this full time. We were talking about, giving myself a title, and I was like, damn, can I be the Omnibus Conquistador? Is that a title that most people would understand? So I was like, I don't know what to give myself. So when things open back up, like conventions, I have to have business cards with me to introduce myself. So it's going to be a lot of fun. By the way, I've got, let's see, my daughters and I are working on a video for Marvel. Like, they were really happy with the videos we did together, and that was really good. Like, both of those kids are awesome. And I'll have a creator interview sometime in the upcoming week or the following week. So I'm excited about that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dude, Logan Lucky, so good, and good catch. Ooh. Omar, Captain America by Brubaker, regular cover or DM, can't decide. Dude, that DM is awesome. The DM with him in the shield. Oh, I love that DM. How do you feel about getting Omnis in poor condition if they're cheap? Recently got into Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, FF Volume 1 and 2 for $100. 2 out of 3 are in rough shape, but I couldn't pass up due to the price. Luis, I'll be honest. I like reading these things. They don't have to be in the perfect shape. I mean, and after,
if that's what you're getting into. However, if you get something in the mail and it's not in perfect shape, right? Because it's new, or somebody sold it as
if it comes from Amazon, you mean?
Condition, yeah.
If it comes from Amazon, I'll bust it up.
Mad.
Then I get pissed. I'm like, wait a minute now, I paid good money for this. But because I read these things, they don't have to be in the best condition. And for anybody that's like, oh, Omar gets free copies. 9 times out of 10, these copies are busted. Like somewhere there's, the spine. I mean, and you all have seen my videos. You know where you'd be returning them, and I can't return them. But I think they're wonderful that they send them to me. So review copies are always, they've got something wrong with them, and I'm okay with that. So I don't really have a problem with what the hell? Omar, will you show your feet? No.
Oh, hey, they were saying earlier how handsome and
thank
healthy you look.
How healthy I look.
Yes.
Thank you. I've been eating. Omar, my business card lists my title as freelance procrastinator. That's awesome. Or they would if I had business cards. Oh, when is Fabian coming? I'm gonna get Fabian back on later, dude. I love talking to that man. That dude, and it's funny, both him and Chris Claremont, for anybody that watched those interviews, ended the interview in a similar way, like, "Hey, Omar, I gotta go because I gotta go to the bathroom. I don't care. I'm an older man. I can't hold it in." Like Chris Claremont literally walked away.
Yeah, Fabian stayed for a second.
You made me laugh. It worked. It worked, brother. What about Sherlock Holmes? Which one? Which version? Benedict Cumberbatch?
Oh, it's a detective?
Oh, yeah, he's good. Speaking of Amazon, they canceled my Swamp Thing Volume 2 pre-order last week. Furthermore, still no news of Amazon US pre-orders for Dan Slott She-Hulk. I have a feeling that Dan Slott will be back because literally Marvel sent me, which I'll be using as giveaways, another box. And it wasn't Marvel. It was the printer sent me a box with She-Hulk, just books that I've already done. Peter David Hulk Omnibus Volume 2. There's a couple of books in there that I was like, wait, I've already done overviews of these. Conan Volume 4. And that usually means that these are proofs, so it probably means those are going to be restocked. So,
thank you, Mr. Tolliver. Have you read the recent FF Antithesis by Wade Adams miniseries?
No, I haven't.
Awesome. Treasury edition is coming in March.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Treasury edition. That's how I'll be reading those. So, absolutely. Thanks for the giveaways, printer. Hey, I'm just passing it forward, man. I love paying it forward is how I've lived my life. There's no reason for me to keep that stuff. I feel guilty selling, even though I have a bunch of trades I got to sell to keep the hobby alive. And a couple of my own Omnis I got to sell too.
Morning from Ernest. Have you heard of or read the first manga in the UAE named Gold Ring?
I have not. I have not heard or read it. The oldest manga I have are all done by the god of manga himself, Osamu Tezuka. Did you get the super chat, baby? Did we do that?
Mr. Tolliver?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. No, but I can't wait to read that antithesis. Are the solicitation? Do you think Marvel will win down the? So I've been asked this question, emailed this question, and
so to finish,
can you
what
read
the question is?
Sorry.
Do you think Marvel will wind down the Punisher with all the things going on in the world?
This is it's a tough question to answer because I don't speak for Marvel. I just have my own thoughts on this thing. And what he's talking about, what Luis is asking about, is the Punisher symbol. There has been rumors. That's all it is just rumors right now. There's no statements or anything that they're calling for the removal of the Punisher skull symbol because that's what some people were using during in the Capitol, like when they broke into the Capitol last week. So without going into political debates or anything like that, whether you think it's right, whether you think it's wrong, whatever it is, I stay away from those subjects because this is a channel that focuses on positivity and comic books. We have enough troubles in the world, and there's plenty of other channels that focuses on things like that. But as far as this question, because it is comic book related, me personally, Omar Valdivieso, Uncanny Omar, I don't think that they should take away the Punisher symbol. But that's just my opinion.
I agree because it's a skull.
Well, even that, if you're letting someone else take it, then you're letting them win. And that shouldn't work like that. Now this is just me speaking because I don't think anybody has that call to make except for like the Disney lawyers. I think in the end they're the ones that have to set it. They're the ones that have to make that call. Whether they take it down or not, I tell you what though, if they do take it down, I need a storyline by Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson to come in and tell me why he's doing it. I can only think of a couple of people that could do a proper story why he's getting rid of his skull. So that's just my opinion, though. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I know there are people that are like, yeah, take it down. It's now a symbol that's been corrupted. And other people are like, no, hold on to that symbol. It means the Punisher. So
Green Lantern's always wondered how you said your last name.
Omar Jair Valdivieso Panduro Mesía Marín Rates Espinar. That's my full last name. I'm just joking. It's not. It is, sort of.
When's that Infinity Gauntlet
Roberto
restock?
Rodriguez. Where is that Infinity? I'm working on it, man. How you gonna push me like that? I said we'd get it. I promise we'll get that in War of the Realms. If I don't, then you can unsubscribe from my channel. Don't do that.
You're throwing that around a lot lately.
We're too busy arguing over how Batman isn't as good a detective as Tim Drake to worry about real life problems. Exactly. This is something, when I left Old Reader, New Reader, I gave Maddie my piece of my sage advice. My sage advice that I gave her
sage advice.
Is because, and this is the way I've lived my life. Life is too serious to be taken seriously. Comic books are the perfect thing to take seriously. You can fight and argue over comic books. So when people come to my channel and they're watching me like when I'm doing Map My X and they're like, man, these guys are really dorky about these things. Because I take these things seriously. Maybe it's me taking out my aggression because there's nothing I can do about the real world problems, right? I could sit here and be like every other YouTuber trying to solve world's problems from the comfort of their own basement. Or I can sit here and argue about comic books. And I'd rather do that. So that was my sage advice I gave Maddie. Because, so I guess we'll see where she goes with that.
Raphael said before you hit the smash like button, remember that Omar gave Batman a 6.
Yeah, we ain't gotta remind people of that, okay? I want that Cloak and Dagger Volume 1 restock now. Help us, Omar. You're our only Omar 1. You're our only. Sometimes I do feel like Obi-Wan. Omar, read my Who is that? Where's Leo?
Leo's adorable.
I love that kid. I love how angry he gets. He literally like says F you, Omar.
Because I was watching one, and as a administrator, what is it with the wrench?
Yeah.
It said show or hide his F-bomb. And I'm like, yeah, Omar deserves it.
He loves Amanda. And he puts up with me. He doesn't like Maddie at all. Because Maddie did not like Moonshine, I think. So he was like, Omar, do you like Moonshine? I'm like, yeah, well, I read the first trade. I think it's good. Omar, do you think it's unethical to pirate comics and manga that are too expensive to buy, even use? Some things are not in digital to buy, but fans post digital scan. Would I be bad to read it?
Ooh, he's asking you for a blessing on a moral quandary.
And you do what you need to do. Omar can barely take care of himself in his moral quandaries. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that right now. Like my kids, like, of course I would yell at my kids, but you ain't my kid. So piracy's wrong. I'm trying to think of how, but back in my day, when I was back in my 20s, when I would download music, it's how I found a lot of artists, musicians. And I think how a lot of us back when there was Napster. I don't know if y'all remember.
Napster.
That's how I found a lot of musicians, how I found a lot of music. So, and then I would end up buying their CDs when I got the money. I was a broke ass college student back then. So my statement on that is piracy is wrong, but I do love One Piece.
Wow, that was really cheesy.
That's a dad joke. This is the morning show. I got to keep it like that. LimeWire. Good Lord. That brings back memories. LimeWire is where you could download the albums or the song. God, having to sit there through 56K mode. Even that was a lie. It was more like a 26K. Oscari Aurala. What's up, buddy? This is one of our Patreons because he gave away his $50 gift card like a true human being. Omar, when is the Aaron story getting collected in Omnibus? Do you think it'll contain it? When it does. I like that question because it's coming, I'm sure. Do you think it will contain Original Sin considering how integral it is? That's a good question. You know, I hadn't thought about that. But they're not likely to collect events, right? Like, it's weird because they collect an Infinity in the Jason Aaron Hickvengers. Jason Aaron Hickman, that's ridiculous. The Jonathan Hickman Hickvengers, the Avengers Omnis, they collect an Infinity, but they didn't collect Secret Wars, which we really thought they would collect because that is literally the tail end of Hickvengers. But they didn't. So I don't know if they would collect that. That is a good question, man. The OHC, I know Amanda bought the OHC, the oversized hardcover at Ollie's a couple of, when we did our big Ollie's. Man, we missed that. We were talking about that the other night. Like, that was a lot of fun, just shopping for, like, comics and stuff. You know, we could go into stores. Not bad.
Alex says, great channel. Do you know when we will get Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 3 reprint?
Thank you so much, Alex. You know, with the reprint of Volume 2 and Spider-Man also celebrating an anniversary next year, I think it will come. You know, just give it some time. Please, give it some time. Please give it some time. Like, everybody's talking about pirating now.
Yeah.
During the week, I sometimes think, oh, that's a great question to ask Omar at the live show. And then Saturday comes around, I can't remember a gosh darn question.
That is me. Well, not that I have a question for you, but just trying to keep something in my head.
Hey, Omar, Melanie, Excalibur, and Incredible Hulk 2. Oh, I thought you were saying hi to all of
for a second.
Sold out in a week on Amazon. They are out of stock. I know Excalibur will be restocked. And Incredible Hulk, because Volume 2, because I've got that book from the printer, makes me think they're going to restock that. So just keep fighting the good fight and keep holding on.
Fighting the good fight.
Brian, what's up, buddy? In the upcoming IDW, oh, I'm getting that. Hardcovers.
Sonic hardcovers. You didn't say Sonic. You went, oh.
It's just the IDW stuff right now. So he's asking, in the upcoming IDW Sonic the Hedgehog hardcovers, going to reprint all the Sonic stuff, including the Archie comics, or just the IDW stuff. So I think right now it's just the IDW stuff. I think for the Archie stuff, they would have to have something like the classic years or something like that. Any idea when we'll get a restock of Uncanny X-Men Volume 2? That's coming for sure. That's a given that's coming. Really quick, there were a couple things that were sent to me from my buddy Kyle, and then we got a couple.
Somebody's asking about that.
My boy got me Ikaruga box set. This comes with a little metal model of the ship. I don't know if y'all played Ikaruga.
So you have to put the model together then.
Yeah. See the metal ship. And then he got me, I don't even know what this is Pawarumi. So this is a world of council rules nation with an iron fist. So this comes with a soundtrack and a printed manual. That's a big deal right now. Also a shooter. So that's my boy Kyle. We've got a couple of Ikaruga. I didn't even know that. I didn't either, man. He just surprised me. That thing. Now, my favorite. So it looks like we got a couple gamers in the chat. My favorite of all time, the treasure shooters, Radiant Silvergun, baby. I still got that on my Saturn. Radiant Silvergun is the greatest freaking shooter I played. Especially the Saturn version with the animate scenes. Oh, I love that stuff. How many Switch games do you own? A lot. So when we kick off our new channel later on, when we first started Near Mint Condition, it was there was a panel of 4 of us talking about our favorite things, and then it's spun off into this, and it really spun off into this. Like, it all started with Old Reader, New Reader. I saw what people wanted to see on the channel. I started doing my book overviews and stuff. And then it spun off into this, especially this year. So for almost a year now, I've been doing the show by myself. So what my well, I consider us one. I consider us one. Omni, come on now. So
and Maddie and Amanda
do.
But you're meaning like there wasn't a panel show,
right? There was no, because pandemic and all that. So we're spinning off into another channel, or they are, and they will have me as a guest from time to time. And that's some of the things we're going to be doing. It's talking about our video games and stuff like that. Switch is not region locked. That's why you can import a lot of these things from Japan or Europe.
Hey, you used that in a video the other day. I was proud of you putting in the Japan clip.
Is DC planning to release a deluxe Death in the Family? Yes, that's still in the catalog. I saw this earlier, Anish. Sorry, I missed it. Is Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1 getting a reprint this year? Not that I've seen. I haven't seen that, but also that literally went out of print late last year, so that might be a while. Keep in mind, that's had 4 printings.
Wow.
Really quick, I just wanted to show off some artwork from our buddy Art. Oh, really quick, in case you missed it earlier. There is an updated content for Wolverine Omnibus Volume 2 at no additional cost. They added the Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown miniseries 1 through 4. Now, that's something that I asked David if they could do, and he looked into it. We went back and forth, and we couldn't remember if they did it or not, but here it is from Diamond Previews. All of them are added in there, so it went from 1,024 pages to 1,248 pages at no additional cost. The only thing is, it did go from a rated T to mature. And all you kids that have never read this can be disappointed when the mature is nothing but Wolverine taking a leak. So, sorry. So we did it. We did it. Yeah. As far as Wolverine Omnibus Volume 1, I keep that. The description also has some of the books that are being restocked. Omnibus Volume 1 should be restocked in February. Now, keep in mind, when I say restock, these are stealth restocks, so there's no big announcement from me like, hey, it's out now. It's literally go to Cheap Graphic Novels, go to In-Stock Trades, see if it's there. Now, Cheap Graphic Novels, they let you put a wish list, so it'll email you when the book is back in stock. And if I've mentioned earlier today, Cheap Graphic Novels is starting to take pre-orders for Uncanny X-Men Volume 4. So they're starting to the pre-orders are open on the 22nd of January. So here in a few days at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there'll be more information on their social media. And that's when they'll be doing pre-orders for Uncanny Volume 4, which comes out on February 16th, the week of Valentine's Day. One of my most, if not...
Is that a hint to me?
No, I'd like to have it before then.
Okay, wait a second. We're going to show artwork, but I feel like this is a question only you can answer. I want to give my brother a gift for his birthday, who's a huge Transformers fan. Any recommendations? Nothing out of print.
Last Stand of the Wreckers is a trade paperback from Phase 1. Or All Hail Megatron.
All Hail Megatron.
Not All Hail Megatron like a country accent. Like, oh, All Hail Megatron.
Hail. Okay, where's the artwork?
I got to upload it really quick.
Okay.
But these all came from Arthur, who is a 12-year-old that follows the channel and is really sweet, emails me all the time. He's a good person, and he is working on his art and just wanted to showcase it. He's not mailing it to us. He just emails us his artwork.
So please feel free to, we'll show our P.O. Box address in a second, but you could also email at nearmintcon@gmail.com. Anything that you would like to send. Look at that intense look in his eyes. That is awesome.
Good. That's a good picture, Arthur. It's working on that. That's for
the shadows. Look at the shadows on
Batman.
His face.
Look by after Jim Lee right there from the Hush storyline. Look how tense he looks.
So thank you, Arthur.
Still a 6 out of 10 in the detective world. That's a good one too.
Not your art.
No, not your art. Your art is not a 6 out of 10. Just the detective skills of Batman are 6 out of 10. He's gonna be mad when I'm unsubscribing from this fool. He don't know what he's talking about. So
thank you. Oh wait, let's show the P.O. Box.
The P.O. Box, in case you want to send us something, whatever it is Near Mint Condition, P.O. Box 1678, Versailles, Kentucky 40383. It's also in the description of the video. Fan art, letters, whatever you want to send us.
Put it on the fridge and up on the shelf. I'm so sorry, Michael. I need to set this up on the shelf.
What's up, Sugar Man? Oh, I like making my girlfriend do the pirate. You poke him in the eye. I heard. Where are you from, dude? Because the only person I knew that called it that was our buddy Jen, who's from England, and we were talking about. This is kind of Omar after hours talk, but we were talking about the different moves. I like making my girlfriend do the pirate. You poke him in the eye and kick him in the shin and watch him hop around and go.
Sugar ain't so sweet.
Yeah, hashtag. Hey, Omar, have you heard about the complete Gail Simone Red Sonja Omnibus signed oversized issue? Not actually being signed. My copy was not, and Amazon reviews have a lot of it. Yeah, apparently that's a mess right now. So my contact at Dynamite stated that either the copies got lost or she never signed them. I don't know what's going on exactly. So did nobody ever receive any signed copies of that? Because that was, oh my gosh, that was February of last year, I think. Go to Mr. Haha. Omar, I'm half interested in Daniel Way's Wolverine, mainly because of Steve Dillon's artwork, but I've heard mixed feelings about the story. Could you give me your 2 cents on his run? This is just my opinion. I did not like Daniel Way's Wolverine. I don't think he understood the character. I thought it was a waste of time. And if you look behind me, I own all four of the complete collections. Still not my favorite.
Oh, speaking of Wolverine's character, I read Savage Land.
Oh, by Frank Cho?
Right. And of course, it was gorgeous art, but Wolverine just wasn't himself. He was poetic, and then he said a couple of things that were like about the savages that I was like, that doesn't sound like Wolverine to be misjudging the worth or knowledge of a group of people because they're savages. Just
save it for the review. But that's a good point. I like Frank Cho's artwork though. Hey, Omar, great channel. I'm considering to buy a subscription for DC Universe because there are many comics that have not been collected. What are your thoughts on DC Universe and is it worth it?
I can't remember. Maddie did she recommend
loves
okay,
DC
that's
Universe.
One of the ones she recommends.
It's an easy to follow app. She said it's not as confusing as like the Marvel app or the Comixology app. But she said it's really easy to follow. The only thing is like it doesn't keep a list of your books that you've read, which I'm surprised they don't do that. Frodo Baggins, 1926. That can't be the year you were born. If it is, you've lived a good life, sir. I've heard rumors of Spider-Man Volume 1 by JMS getting a reprint. Is it true? It's one that I'm pushing for, and I have to keep reminding David, but maybe? That's all I can say right now. Omar?
I'm copying Garmotlum DG. Omar, Megatron or Galvatron?
Oh, hell, Galvatron. Only if Galvatron is voiced by Sir Leonard Nimoy.
It's music career.
But Frank Welker kills it. Oh, man, Frank Welker, though. Such heroic nonsense. Oh, he had so many good lines. Megatron. Megatron, final answer.
There you go. Oh, here's Leo.
Where's my boy? Leo, you going to curse me out for...
I was watching your Q&A video about you read the bottom 5 of X-Men comics.
Did I read? Oh, did I rate my bottom 5? I can't remember if I've done that before or not. Hey, what was your question? You said you're going to cry if I don't read it. I thought I did already.
We're just giving other people turns.
Have it.
Chandasuk has the DC universe, right?
They do. They have reading orders
super solid.
too.
They have reading orders too.
Are they trying to
that's
put me?
Really cool.
Are they trying to put me out of a job? Don't be showing that.
Insane. Galvatron from season 3.
Yeah, he was okay. It's just, and that was Frank Welker, right? And it's just because they made him crazy.
Beast Wars Megatron is the best.
Yes.
Talking to his rubber ducky.
Oh man, y'all got a bunch of nerds here.
Oh man, it's no news on Ultimate Spidey. I can answer that question.
I'm trying. We'll see.
You got the touch.
We saw him in concert.
Oh my gosh, we keep
saying Stan Bush in concert, baby.
You got the power. Yeah. And then there were songs like from his album, right? His own work that's not Transformers. And these people were singing along, and we were like, oh, we're dorks because we don't know these songs, so we can't participate. Oh, and what's his name was playing the keyboard?
Vince DiCola.
Vince DiCola, and you met him and got him to sign your album. And I'd met the dude that does Jack's voice on Final Fantasy X. I didn't know it was him.
He did Grimlock's voice, okay?
But I don't care about Jack. Oh, good times.
Can you recommend where to start?
Cannot wait for another con.
Reading Ghost Rider. What are the best runs? I love Danny Ketch's run on Ghost Rider. I think it's a great introduction to both Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch. Johnny Blaze is now an old man that's lost his power of Ghost Rider, and Danny Ketch becomes the new Spirit of Vengeance. That to me is the best place to start with Howard Mackie. There's 2 classics trades available, and just a second, baby. That's where I would love an omnibus of that, or Epic Collections or something.
Carla says thank you for recommending Cobra Kai.
It's so fun. Oh, it's the best TV show.
My favorite part of it, besides Johnny, I love his character, is exploring all the gray areas. Both sides, right? The dojos and stuff. And then you're like, well, I'm rooting for both. I think it's very well written.
Orson Welles' last role was Unicron in the movie. Yep. And he was so out of shape and so unhealthy that's why they gave him that extra sound to his voice when he was doing the voiceover. That's why you sound like that.
Like
extra,
robotic,
yeah.
Right? Because he's this huge robot.
And Boogie Nights. Yes, Boogie Nights is when Mark Wahlberg started singing, "You got the..." I love Boogie Nights. One of my favorite movies. What would you want to highlight?
Leo said if some guy telling you
the worst X-Men comics.
Like
in the video?
Like make a worst X-Men comic video, then I guess is what you're saying, Leo?
I mean, yeah, I could. Maybe.
No, that's against your policy to make worst videos.
It is, because it's just my opinion too.
Well,
Omar,
okay, people want your
who
opinion,
wins?
So don't
between
just count it.
Conan and He-Man. Now tell people exactly how Conan won. He punched what's his name? Who's He-Man's tiger?
Oh shoot!
What is his name?
Right, okay, guys, tell us.
He punched him, knocked him out. That's how Conan won. And then the tiger falls on He-Man. By the way, Guts would have won.
Gridlock will always be the best transformer.
Gridlock.
Battle Cat. Thank you.
Yeah, but he was Cringer.
And then he turned into Battle Cat.
And he turns into Yeah, Conan would punch, knock out Battle Cat, and He-Man riding on him falls, crushes his leg, and Conan chops his head off. And then Guts comes in and chops Conan's head off. And that's how.
Does He-Man not have enough balance and flexibility to just do a flip off a Battle Cat?
Because both Conan and Guts don't have to be a prince and turn into a muscular man. They're already muscular dudes. There. Conan and then Guts come in and whoop Conan. Cringer to Battle Cat.
Conan, the conqueror.
Guts would own any strong man. Yes, he would. Dude, Guts could be in Over the Top if they remake Over the Top into an anime. You know, the arm wrestling contest movie for all you people that grew up in the 80s. That's what I'd like to see with Guts taking on everybody. Arm wrestling.
Doc Holliday says, I would like to get my wife to start reading comics. What titles do you recommend for a first-time read or for
this question for you? Yeah.
My answer is just whatever she's interested in. That, of course, it is very helpful to see yourself represented in a comic, right? Like to identify, to have like a strong female lead. So would be a good place. However, what pops in my head first is just, is she interested in romance, or does she like the superhero movies? Then yeah, to start with. Like my husband X-Men, Astonishing X-Men, I love, because you can start there at the beginning. You're good to go. You don't have to have a ton of backstory. Of course, there's Easter eggs that, like the Fastball Special. If you never read comics, you wouldn't know what that is. But still, it's a great story. If my favorite thing is monsters, if she likes a sad story that is true and delves into analyzing this person's life through this, fantastic artwork. But yeah, that's what I recommend. It's just whatever, she's interested in. Brian K. Vaughan is a really good storyteller. Why the Last Man? Oh, we keep saying we need to reread that. Ooh. Fables with, because people know Snow White and Big Bad Wolf and stuff like that. But there's a lot of other characters like, I've never heard of these fables. So that's really cool. Then,
man, you all have a lot of good questions, and I don't know where to start. Omar, have you read the 2001 to 2014 TMNT series by Peter Laird and Jim Lawson? Sadly, the series is unfinished. I haven't, but if it's very much like Urban Legends, or the Image by Eric Larson stuff, they finished that, or after decades. Omar, we share the same name. How am I doing you dirty? Omar doing us dirty. They're testing my double dipping limits. Cosmic by Kate. Oh, okay. Marvel doing us dirty. I read Omar doing us dirty. Boy.
Because Omar is right above Marvel.
Oh, okay,
Your eyes went wonky.
Cosmic, Ghost Rider, and Guardians by Kate. OHC. All right, okay. People ask me my thoughts on that, and my honest thoughts are always what I would, if it were me buying it, I would just stick to the Cosmic by Gates. I don't like character-centric books just because I like comprehensive, complete reading experiences. So like the Thanos book, I think it's great, but it's still, from the beginning all the way up until like right before the Infinity Gauntlet. But you get, there's missing issues of Avengers, Thor in there. So for me, I would just stick to Cosmic by Kate, because I'm also not a fan of creator-centric books too. But I feel like with Cosmic by Kate, they will do a volume 2, and it will probably, and this is just me talking, they will probably do Guardians of the Galaxy in that Omnibus Volume 2. And then more than likely, Omnibus Volume 1 will be out of print by then, and everybody's like, when are they going to reprint Omnibus Volume 1? And I'm going to be like, I don't know. I didn't think anybody wanted it back then. So, this is my honest opinion. Like Cosmic Ghost Rider, to me, just, cool character. But I think the big thing to his story is all told through that Omnibus by Cosmic by Kate.
So just really quick, people in the chat mentioning some reads to Doc Holliday to introduce to your wife. And a lot of more Brian K. Vaughan. I just really like him. Paper Girls, yes, is amazing. And then Blankets, who's that by? That's not Brian.
Craig Thompson.
It's pretty cool. Ted is asking when you're doing the Omni reprint poll.
That will be coming out sometime this month or early next month. First thing I need to do is my videos on my most wanted Marvel Omnis, X-Men Omnis. Omar just became a Patreon. Love your show and content. Thank you, Samuel. That is so sweet.
And Omar will be filming a video.
Yeah, about
the change, about the not just adding a tier, not changing money prices, just adding a tier, and just some improvements.
I have been told many times by you wonderful people that I suck at asking for money because I don't do it. Because I grew up that way. I don't know if it's the Catholic or Latino in me, but I've never asked for things. So it's like, but it's one of the things that since I'm making this full time, I have to do a better job of.
So yeah, it's not the intimate tier, it's the engagement tier.
That's my OnlyFans, baby.
Engagement. Well, I don't know if you want me to say it, so I won't.
There's some really good questions. Golly, like, can I take over for a second? Mm-hmm. So, Fire Filks W. Oh gosh, sorry.
Fire Captain America by Stan Lee or Ed Brubaker.
Ed Brubaker for me. But dude, I've been reading Mad Bomb again, rereading it. The Return of Jack Kirby. It is so American. Like that's the best way to describe it. Like, it was at a time when America needed a Captain America, right? Like right after Saigon and all that, after losing the war. And it was like the return of the king coming back to Marvel, and with this story arc of Captain America. And then the bicentennial. So you mean
Return of the King as in
Jack the King
Tolkien's? Kirby. Oh, okay.
Sure.
I was thinking Lord of the Rings, like Return of the King.
Which is better for mutants, Krakoa or Utopia? Krakoa. I love Krakoa. In the 90s generation, is 90s Generation X worth reading? And I can start reading it with basic X-Men knowledge. Currently looking for a good jumping on point for 90s X-Men. The best jumping on point for 90s X-Men
is the cartoon. Do 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 do.
You gonna take answers now?
I'm so sorry. Well, 12:44. Time for me to go.
The best jumping on point, I think. Oh gosh, you just had to bring that back out. It has to be around Jim Lee's X-Men, the relaunching of the title, because that introduces you to new characters. The artwork is so on point. Sadly, Chris Claremont only lasted 3 issues, and then he was asked to leave the book. And then Jim Lee took over plotting duties with Scott Lobdell and John Byrne coming in as the writers or the scripters, and then Whilce Portacio. Generation X is I take so long answering these questions, and I'm so sorry. The Generation X is a really good next generation of X of mutants, and it's a good jumping on point. It happens right after the events, and literally right after the events of Phalanx Covenant, where Jubilee is asked to leave the team and join this new team of new X-Men. Good night from India. Good morning from America. Hope you're doing well.
Every time that you put yourself down or apologize, I'm gonna break out Alf.
Is that when that comes? Is there an Alf tier? No, there's not.
Somebody said, love this channel on Alf and Bendis tier.
Can we get most wanted Marvel, non-X-Men Omni? Yep. My most wanted Marvel will be separated from my most wanted X-Men Omnibus. And then I'm doing my most wanted DC Omnibus and my most wanted Batman Omnibus, because I figured I can split that. There's a lot of Batman stories I want in Omnibus format.
Okay. Undead 797 says, I'm Catholic and Latino, and I
Maybe it's just me, man.
Okay, Matthew said, what's the intimacy here? It's engagement. And I don't, do you want to, or are you waiting?
No, man. It's just it's very similar to this, except in a smaller scale, so I can focus on more questions. So it'll be
ask me anything.
And you can ask me anything.
After hours.
It'll be definitely after hours, maybe with some drinks in me, just so you can. People have told me that they enjoy listening to some of my stories of like where I've worked and some of the crazy things I've done, some of my convention stories. So it's something like that. But I figured, I would show love back to that community because it's my Patreon community, and they've been great. And but it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing this, because I love you all too. And I also realize that not everybody can spend $1 a month, or whatever we're asking, $5, $7, $10, whatever it is. But it does help, and I need to pay it back to them. So after I was watching some OnlyFans, man, I'm not showing my feet, man.
Hey, Nocturne 22.
What's up, buddy?
Andrew's asking, do you think DC should continue Superman Man of Steel hardcovers past Byrne, maybe to the end of Death and Return, or even to Infinite Crisis?
I think all they really need to do is one omnibus. All they need to do is the Panic in the Sky omnibus in between Exile and Death and Return, and they'll be fine. And then they can take us with the hardcovers, the standard size hardcovers, all the way up until Exile. That's one way to do that. That's the way I would do it.
Leo, I finally know something you're talking about. Life Leo the Cuckoo's Nest. Oh, what a great book, and what a good movie. Oh, I love it. So
can you go to
good on you.
Julian? That's a good question. Julian Hill. This is right below his. Hey Omar, what is so good about Duck Comics, and do you have any other recommendations other than Life and Times? Adventure, heart, and great artwork.
Sounded like you were talking about Captain Planet.
No, because I threw heart, and then the little Latino kid got robbed of that. He got the heart. Everybody else got cool powers.
Dude, if it were an anime, water. Heart would be the most powerful.
Okay, true. Being the only Latino in that show and having heart, I was like, come on, man. You can't give the dude like rocks or sandals, chanclas.
What?
That's racist. My mom did whip my butt a lot with chanclas. Anyway, what was I saying? The question, recommendations, Don Rosa's run. And what I love about it is because I relate so much to Uncle Scrooge, even though he's a duck that walks on 2 legs. All ducks walk on 2 legs. That just made me sound ignorant.
I didn't even think about it.
He's an anthropomorphic duck that is rich. And I relate more to him than some of these Latino characters that I've read in comic books. Because he teaches good morals, despite of what everybody thinks how greedy and selfish he is. He's not. He's a good person. And deep down inside, I think that's great.
He's got multi-layered.
And do I have any? Go with the Don Rosa box set volume 1.
Okay, what about Clone Commander? Has been reading DC. So it's New 52 launch and decided to read Marvel finally. Any recommendations?
If you like New 52 stuff, as far as recommendations, I recommend things like Runaways. I think it's a great book that you don't really need to know much about Marvel to jump into. Annihilation, I've mentioned that before. If you're a fan of Green Lantern, X-Men, of course, Astonishing X-Men, Uncanny X-Force, if you want to get into the mutants, Avengers by Kurt Busiek, but those are out of print right now. I'm trying to stick with books that are going to be Roger Stern's Spider-Man when it comes back into print. So those are some cool.
Have you read the recent Champions Outlawed series?
No, dude, I haven't. Is it good?
Well, he says,
is that Eve Ewing? Is that Eve
if
Ewing?
not, you'll love it.
Good. Oh, my boys new Trigger Noses and I bond over New Warriors. So my boys New Warriors are in there. You know I'm in.
Rebel by Design says, is there an Omar cosplays as Scrooge McDuck here?
That would be just me wearing a shirt and no pants and a top hat.
Fans only. Or only fans. What's it called?
Only fans. Okay. You're so old. What did you say?
Fans only. Either way works. They both make sense.
Let's see.
Hey guys, do you think we'll see some complete collections of Wade's Daredevil anytime soon?
I think those will come. I mean, without a doubt, those are coming. The first omnibus is out of print, so yeah, they will definitely come. Is it that how Omar walks around? No, I have kids. I ain't walking around with my house, no pants on.
Hey, thanks, Death Tone.
Thank you for becoming a Patreon. That's awesome. Thank you all.
Thank you. And it's a kilt. Yeah. It's called a kilt, you know. Which
Scrooge doesn't wear kilts. He wears like just a shirt.
No, when he's a kid, though.
Oh yeah. I mean, he does. He does wear kilts.
You can. You can.
All right. You know who I am. I read that. You don't have to keep repeating yourself.
Right. We're just giving people turns.
Yeah.
So spamming and interrupting the flow of the chat when you repeat over and over.
Yeah. So I do love creepy comics. If you're talking about the creepy magazine archives, I have both creepy and eerie. I need to finish that set. But the best creepy magazines to me have always and will always be the EC library, and that's Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, and Haunt of Fear.
What about where is it? Will we ever get a Superior Spidey Omni?
Yeah, that will come. I'm gonna make that happen. There are certain things. There's certain. I'm gonna make that like I'm so freaking like I'm not making it. I'm gonna suggest that. How about that? I have certain things that I would love for people to get. In my head, like with this relationship with Marvel, if ever were to end, I would be happy if I could get a bunch of things printed for people that have been asking me for a long time. One of those being Superior Spider-Man, the other one being Ultimate Spider-Man. But I can't tell you what else in my head because then the relationship will be over. And that's the way I'm OCD about these things. So, yeah, that's one I'm going to work on. New Warriors Volume 2 and 3, and I'm out. Tell David goodbye. It was nice to meet you. Canceling the channel, and then going back to IT. Wrong. Never going. I don't want to go back to that. What are the best Deadpool runs?
I was going to have Alf read it.
Alf was going to read the question. Okay, go ahead.
What are the best Deadpool runs?
One of the things I do with my kids, nobody knows this because I play with my kids. Like when we do stuffed animals, I love breaking their necks.
And then they're like, no!
Yeah, they freak out. They're like, no, why'd you break his neck? And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. They'll be back. Cable and Deadpool. Collected in the Deadpool and Cable Omnibus by Fabian Nicieza and a bunch of artists. Patrick Searcher. Who is it? Right? Is it Riley Brown, I think is what's his name? Oh my gosh, he was a great artist. Udon Studios did some of the first few issues. Rob Liefeld supplied some of the covers, but that is my all-time favorite, best Deadpool story. I love it. Joe Kelly's run is solid. And those are the two highest recommendations that I have for Deadpool. Those runs. And Cable and Deadpool is out of print right now. That's another one that I wish would come back into print. Kelly Thompson's run's actually pretty good. The King Deadpool. She gets the character. We got 3 downvotes already.
Of the Alf abuse.
I was gonna say my haters don't usually wake up this early. They usually get up about 1 p.m. That's when I start seeing the downvotes. Hey, Omar, Melanie, greetings from the Netherlands. Just got Green Lantern Omnibus Volume 1 thanks to your reading order. Thank you so much. And I hope the most important thing is that you enjoy it and you keep going with that, because that Green Lantern stuff is so good.
Carly likes Kelly Thompson.
Kelly Thompson
Carly's going to check it out.
Is really good. She's a good writer. She understands the characters. Like, I love her Gambit and
I think that's
Rogue.
just so important, right?
Mm-hmm. Now they're down 84 down. Who the hell did I? Oh, it's the Batman fans. They're coming after me. Who's your worst Marvel villain? And it's Fire Phil.
Oh, how to pronounce the name? Firefield XW. Phil Phillip.
Phil Phillip.
So Phil, yeah. Firefield XW.
I think the worst villain, like as far as like not a good villain at all. Man, who's overplayed? Who have I never liked? Is Sugar Man still in here? I never liked Sugar Man from the Age of Apocalypse. I hated that character. He's a big head. So is MODOK. MODOK, although his new comic was pretty funny, I did like that. I like overpowered wuss villains like Vulcan. He's so one-dimensional and angry, even though he's not much of a villain these days.
What about Lady Stiltman?
Stiltman? I mean, I could go with goofy characters like the White Rabbit or the Spot, but I legit like characters that they try to make happen that I didn't like. Yeah, the Sugar Man is up there.
Midas?
There's a lot of goofy characters, though, throughout the years. Strife. Even Strife was okay. I was okay with Strife. He was one-dimensional. Hello there. Love the channel. Been watching for the last 6 months. I'll send you some comic artwork to your email. Can you show them on your... Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
send us your original art. Yeah. You can email us at nearmancon@gmail.com. All this information is in the description of the video, too. And if you want to send physical art or whatever, this is the Nearman Condition P.O. Box right here. P.O. Box 1678, Versailles, Kentucky, 40383. Over half the Batman villains are overplayed. Honestly, I'm okay with Batman villains. Like, as long as they're used properly, yeah, I'm good with that. A good Joker story can still come out of Joker, even though he is overplayed. I do kind of want some of these villains to go away for a little while and then come back, which is kind of what they've done. Apocalypse has changed over the years, and he was my favorite X-Men villain because he was over the top, ridiculous. So, Vargas, I forgot about that guy from X-Men. Was utter trash, the lowest tier effort ever by Claremont. But he had a second mutation, remember? Have you ever seen the Hellboy animated movies? I've seen the first one. I love the Guillermo del Toro movies. That last one, though, ugh. Condiment King is DC's greatest villain.
I just read that.
Batman has the best villains, and the new one, too. Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man has the second villain. I like Flash's rogues, too. Mm-hmm. Flash's rogues are freaking awesome. And a lot of that has to do because of Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns putting humanizing a lot of those characters that may have seemed one-dimensional and giving them purpose. Do you, the Sugar Man, my bad, man. When you want to dislikes, I'm sorry about that. Do you think the 5 Brubaker Captain Americas will get reprinted? As no point in getting the first 2. It's the final 3 and coming out as well. I don't know. I know the death of Captain America was voted on our poll last year, so I'm glad to see that on there. But I don't know if the rest will be coming out or not. I hope they do, for the sake of everybody that want to complete them. Omar, I have 2 free 14 days trials to HBO Max. I don't need. I think they'll still valid till March. Can I send them your way? Maybe someone can catch Wonder Woman or whatever before it goes away. Yeah, man, absolutely. Thank you. I'll give it away. Thank you so much.
That's like leaving coupons in the grocery store, like on the product. You know, you leave a coupon and you're not going to get it.
Yeah, just like that. Omar, who are your top 5 favorite Batman artists? Man, what an awesome question. Jim Aparo, Norm Brayfogle, Jim Lee. Oh man, Graham Nolan. I love his Batman. Jim Aparo, Graham Nolan, Norm Brayfogle, Jim Lee. I really like David Finch's Batman too.
Tim Sale.
You like Tim Sale?
I do, and so does Brian. Brian Silly.
Yeah, but those are mine. I love Kelly Jones's like take on Batman. It's a lot different, right? But not really. I did like chunky Batman from Dark Knight Returns, but I wasn't the biggest fan of his artwork.
Well, it's 1:00.
Oh, time to take one more question.
One more question.
Hey, Omar, about the original Flash Silver Age Omnibus. Do you know anyone or anywhere I could get the second printing of the Omnibus Dust Jacket cover without buying it again? No, I don't. Hey, you know what? Shoot. Maybe he might be able to do it. I know a guy that has done custom dust jackets. If you want to email me at nearmaincon@gmail.com, I can put you in touch with him and see if he might be able to work you something out. Brian Boland, that's another. Damn, that's a good one. $5 super chat. Hi, big fan of your channel. What is the biggest omnibus? I'm guessing Final Crisis. What say you? I think Final Crisis is the biggest omnibus. I have this on. Hold on a second. I did a research of these a couple of months ago. I was doing a research because I know that it was Batman Arkham, what's it called? Was big, but Blackest Night, that was it. Blackest Night is 1,664 pages. And then the next one, the Arkham Saga, is a little bit less than that. I have this documentation I wrote. Books of Magic is bigger than Final Crisis. Books of Magic is 1,536 pages, and then Final Crisis, the 10th anniversary, at 1,512 pages. So Blackest Night is the biggest omnibus from DC. And then Marvel, the biggest omnibus they have is the 1,500-page War of the Realms. However, this book is huge. This is the deluxe handbook. Sorry, right here. It's the handbook guide to the Marvel Universe. This is the deluxe edition. This thing is huge because I forgot that each of these books are supersized. So that's a big book.
Thank you, Jack Ferry. Will Busick and Ross's Astro City be collected in hardcover one day? Who has those publishing rights?
I believe that is still Kurt Busick that has that. And he tweeted that they're in the works. They're in talks of doing something. And I don't know by who he means by they or who else, but that's all I know so far. I don't know any more details than he's in the works. Somebody mentioned Astro City Omnibus. It's one of my most wanted. So no, it's not out. This comes out in March. I just have an advanced copy. When I get advanced copies, if I'm not familiar with a lot of the material, I like to read over these things to give a proper overview. So that's what I'm doing with that. Were you naming all those who should have an omnibus? Oh, you saw someone else. Also, thank you, Omar. No, thank you. And he said thank you, Ace.
Hi, Ace.
Ace is saying check out Juniper Books. They do custom dust jackets. Should I buy to read Iron Man Demon in a Bottle? It's a classic story. Absolutely. One of the best. So
Martian Pilgrim. Hey.
Thanks, man.
I see ya.
He's the one that coined Omni.
Yeah.
Yep. Kurt Busick hinted at something happening with Astro City, but nothing new. So we will see what happens. And on that note, I just want to remind everybody, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. One more is my favorite NMC meme.
You put out channels. You put out videos every day. I am hungry. I cannot talk.
I do put out videos every day. Thank you all so much, for keeping it positive, for keeping me doing this. And I will be back next Saturday with my lovely wife. Again, Amanda and I are bringing back our comic book movie show that is on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be a live show, but you can catch it later. So ring that bell for notifications. Thank you so much, Philip. And enjoy your Saturday, enjoy your weekend, and stay healthy, stay safe. And
thanks, Sugar Man, for signing us off.
Don't forget to come back later on today because I'll be announcing a new Marvel Omnibus.
When are you posting that? Or
that'll be later this afternoon, probably around 5, 6, something like that, p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So everybody, be good.
Bye.